Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel for another video where I will be discussing Brodie Spencers' future at the club as it looks in serious doubt. But before we do get into this topic, I hope you're all well and having a good week so far as we reach Wednesday indeed. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, on the road to 1,000 subscribers, which we are only 14 away now, which is just crazy. If you can, please help me get there. It would mean a lot to me. You know, I've been chasing down the 1K, the special 1K for ages, and I'd love for it to happen very, very soon. And also get your comments in down below as well. I love hearing your thoughts on this particular topic that we're going to discuss today. So yes, let's get into it then. So here we are. Brodie Spencers' future at the club looks in serious doubt now. I think I've recognised a few things over the past week to suggest he's on his way out. Not to mention as well, he's now in his final year of his contract at the club as well, and yet to agree a new deal with us. So yeah, let's get into the things I've recognised in the last week then, which has kind of raised my concerns about him potentially leaving. Firstly, last week he was seen to be playing in the B team. He was on the squad. He was starting for the B team last week in the pre-season game that they had, which I found rather strange considering, he is one of our key first team players, which then leads me on to the fact that he wasn't involved in the first team pre-season game yesterday, against Barrow, which again was quite alarming to me as well, to not be involved at all and be playing for the B team the previous week. I think the fact he has now entered his final year of his contract as well, it suggests we haven't been able to agree a deal for him to stay. And whilst there's been no official information that he's declined a new contract offer, I do think talks have simply broken down with both parties. That's how I see it. The fact he's been dropped down to the B team recently, also it looks like, it suggests there has been contract discussions and we've just not been able to agree a new deal. Because if you remember, he was involved in our first pre-season game against Emley. It's been since that game it's changed. So it feels like they've had discussions, obviously before that, but obviously they were ongoing during that Emley game as well, and afterwards. I think that's where it's broken down, the contract, the talk for the new contract. But look, my thoughts on this, my own, like I said, my own personal thoughts are initially that obviously, it is very disappointing he's not agreed to the new contract terms that he's being offered by the club, because presumably we have offered him something, but it's just not being publicised. Because we've really seen that development of Brodie, haven't we, over the years. And every season since he joined us back in 2020, when he was just 16, by the way, going through the academy system as well, under 17s, under 19s then, before he signed his first professional contract with us. Then he went on to make his debut for the first team in 2022. In between that as well, he's obviously been out, after that he was on loan, went to Scotland on loan, can't remember which team it was now. I think it was Motherwell. Could be wrong, but I think it was Motherwell. But it's been an amazing journey for him personally, and it's been amazing for us as Town fans to see his rise through the academy into the first team, And then when he got back from that loan spell, then he pushed on into our team. So that loan spell in Scotland really helped him. So yeah, it's always nice as fans to see an academy graduate come through the ranks and break into the first team. And just see that development that he's shown, and how we've shaped him into the player he is, because that's what we've done, from a very young age. So, yeah, I've always said though, if any player wants to leave, then you are best letting him go, and we certainly, it certainly feels like he's ready to move on now, and we're best cashing him now, because otherwise we risk letting him go for free next summer, which would be very bad for the club. He's only 21 and he's a big asset in terms of value to the club. So, if he's not going to agree a contract, then we need to sell him. And so, unfortunately, it does feel like it is the end of the road for Brodie at the club. And like I said, we've helped him along the way. We've developed him. We've shaped him to the player he is. Obviously, I know a few Championship clubs have been lurking and expressing interest in him. West Brom have been looking at him as well. I think that was the team that I saw that kind of struck my eye. But I think there's a few other Championship clubs looking at him. So I guess we'll see what happens over the next couple of days, into next week or next couple of weeks, whenever. But yeah, look, I think the club will be aware of the situation right now. Obviously, we don't as fans, but they will. And if you're not able to agree a new contract, then they're going to have to look to sell him this summer. Unfortunately, and look, he was a massive player for us. It will be a bit of a blow for us to lose him. I will say that. But again, we have brought in new players, and we need every player to buy into what we're trying to do here. And if Brodie feels like his time's up here and he's ready to move on to a new challenge, then so be it. That's just football, unfortunately, isn't it? I'd love for him to stay, absolutely, because he's a vital player for us. But then it gives opportunities for others as well to step into that role that he's been, first choice in when he's been fit. Let's be honest, in that full back, wing back last season, obviously, or sometimes, mostly wing back, sometimes plays essential defender as well in that back three. But so yeah, full back. I'm just going to call him the full back. So yeah, he was always the name that I looked for on the team sheet every week. So he became a big player for us, and he still is a big player, but just doesn't look like he's going to sign a new contract. And that's the way it goes, and that's it. So yes, let's see what happens. But it will be sad to see him go. But we've certainly had some very good memories with him in a Town shirt. He's always given his all. He's always been professional, and showed that real quality a lot as well, hasn't he? So he's really come on leaps and bounds since he joined, since he joined us. And I'm waffling on now, so we're going to end it. Well, thank you so much for watching, guys. Let's see what happens with this Brodie Spencer speculation. But thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, what you make of this potential outgoing, and how you see things with this situation with Spencer. And make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Really do appreciate all your support, and I really can't thank you all enough for all your support. It means a lot to me. But until next time, thanks for watching, and as always, up the town, Lee Grant's, down the army. See you all on the next one.